guys. Guess what? Do you guys check the clock? Check the clock, because it's time for free money!
For your bookie.
Free money!
For your bookie.
My college football picks against the spread. It's we went pretty much 500. We went 3-4-1 last week. 3-4-1. I pushed the Kentucky A&M game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? It was a 6-point game, and guess what happened?
Yep.
Vegas knew something, man. That was impressive. So another big slate of games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games for you to win some free money. Let's get to it. Max, what's our first game?
Starting in just a few hours.
Yeah.
Got to get this video up quick after the show.
Yeah, so you can go and place your bets legally.
This evening, Thursday night, 6:30 p.m., Texas Tech coming into Fort Worth to take on TCU. TCU, 7.5-point favorites. I hope that defense is good because I'm not sure where the offense is going to score those points.
So that's the exact thing. Is that on one hand, this is strength on strength.
Sure.
The TCU defense has been great.
Yep.
Say what you want about the team as a whole, but the defense has lived up to the hype.
Yep.
They have been great. The offense has trended in a very bad way. And basically, they've only played one good game.
Yep.
The Ohio State game. Now that's against their best opponent, so kudos to them. But they were fine against Southern. They were against SMU. They were bad against Texas, and they were bad against Iowa State. Well, now they take on a Texas Tech team that the defense is actually, or the offense is going to test them.
Sure.
The offense is definitely going to test them. It sounds like, is Alan Bowman going to play? They haven't named a starter.
They haven't named a starter. I think that's just Cliff kind of keeping things
making him prepare for a couple of teams. I think that this is, but the other side of it is interesting too because it's weakness on weakness.
Yeah,
it's the TCU offense against the Tech defense. The Tech defense has actually been okay, but not. I mean, it's still like okay by Tech standards, which is 80th in the nation or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating game. I don't know where TCU is going to get the points to beat them by 7.5 points. That's where I'm at on it.
Bowman's now listed as doubtful.
Doubtful. So they'll probably go Jet Duffy. I just don't think that. I think this game is going to be close. I don't think that TCU's got the firepower right now to win by more than 2 scores. Win by more than a score. That's why I'm going to take Tech. I like Tech plus 7.5 even on the road. I'm going to take them. What do you think, Ish?
I'm going to take Tech as well. I really liked what Jet Duffy did against West Virginia. I liked a lot of what he showed. We know kind of what he can do based off his stuff at Lake Ridge and High School. Mm-hmm. So Bowman's awesome, and the offense will take a step back, but his added dynamic with his legs.
I think, and that's going to be different that they have to prepare for, which is probably pretty savvy by Cliff to say, oh, Bowman's doing fine,
right?
Because it makes you make 2 game plans. So we both like Texas Tech plus 7.5. What's next, Max?
We got ourselves an Ishmael Johnson special. Georgia Southern traveling to San Marcos 6:30 p.m. this evening as well. Texas State 17-point dogs. The disrespect. Have they seen Texas State?
Sadly, they have.
I am not watching a single second of this game.
What?
Wow, really?
Wow.
They've lost you.
Oh.
I'm not watching a single second of this game.
Wow.
I will root for Tyler Vitt because Tyler Vitt played really well against Lafayette.
So here's the thing. The thing for Texas Southern, this is
Texas State or Georgia? You just said Texas Southern.
I said Texas Southern.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There's a Texas Southern, though.
Yeah. That's a different game this weekend.
I did.
Yeah.
The thing for Georgia Southern, because the thing is there's Texas State or Georgia State, too.
Sure.
The thing for Georgia Southern, rather.
Jeez.
I know, it's terrible. They are a pretty solid running team, which is not great for Texas State. Nothing's good. But basically, not good. They're gonna run the ball a fair amount with their quarterback, Shea Wirtz, and Wesley Fields, their running back. When they throw, though, they hit big plays. This is a run team. Do they still run the option? Is that right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, they're still running the option.
They abandoned it for a bit with Ty Summers, but I believe they're back to it.
I still think they're doing that. The defense is not awesome, but I don't think that it matters against Texas State. You're asking even at home, I got to go with Georgia Southern. I'm sorry. I think they're going to beat the 17-point spread.
No, I agree, definitely. Texas State lost to South Alabama 41-31. Georgia Southern crushed South Alabama 48-13.
Georgia Southern,
they cover this pretty comfortably.
Georgia Southern noticeably better than
their only losses to Clemson.
Yes, exactly. So
okay.
I would say that right now that I would go with Texas. I would go with Georgia Southern minus 17.
Yep.
What's next, Max?
Let's head to Saturday, gents.
Oh God, do we have to?
We have to. and we're going to start things at noon. We're going to get going early. UAB, the Blazers, taking on Rice, 12 p.m. noon. Like I said, Rice, 16.5-point dogs. They're a half point better than Texas State this week. Wow.
So here's the problem for Rice.
They're struggling. They're not.
Well, they're not very good,
Yeah.
but they are playing a team whose defense is good and getting better. This defense for UAB last week they went to Louisiana Tech and they held them to 7 points. That's impressive.
14 points in the last 2 weeks.
I mean, they have been really, really good. The offense is it's fine. Like there's nothing really special about it. They kind of want to throw the ball with A.J. Erdley. They've got a running back and a sophomore running back and Spencer Brown, who's fine. I would say, for me though, the biggest problem is I just don't know where Rice is going to score.
Right.
That last week, like they played a good UTSA defense and got held to 3 points. They are now playing a maybe great UAB defense. I just don't think they're going to be able to score enough. I'm going to take UAB and the points, UAB, and I'm going to lay the points 16.5. So I'm going to
Nothing more to add from me. I agree with that completely.
UAB minus 16.5. What's next, Max?
Can I interest you gentlemen in an anxiety bowl?
Oh, this is an anxiety salad.
I'm
That's
ready.
what this is. Put some anxiety dressing on it.
Southern Miss coming into Denton, take on North Texas 1 p.m. Saturday. North Texas 8.5-point favorites.
So I want to be clear about something. I want to be real clear about something. This is not a good Southern Miss team. Let me rephrase. This is not a good.
I don't think we know.
This is not a good Southern Miss offense. This offense
That's fair.
is trash horse. It's real trash. Which makes them hanging 40 on Rice pretty bad. But this offense is not good. They are right now, according to S&P Plus, they are 114th on offense. They're not very good. Here's the problem, though. The defense, though, is pretty darn good, and especially they are really good at taking away the thing that North Texas does well, which is pass the ball efficiently. That's the matchup here. Can Mason Fine be good with the football, be sound with the football, get the ball to his receivers, and keep the ball away from this defense? Because this defense, it does give up its fair share of big plays through the air, but it does not let you complete a ton of passes. And that's kind of important for this North Texas. To me, it's first down.
Sure.
First down is the big game, is the big thing here, because if you get into third and long, they're going to be able to clamp down on you, and they're really good in passing downs. I like North Texas to bounce back at home. I think coming home is going to help them. I think they win this game by about 10. I think North Texas covers 8.5.
I'll say the worst thing that happened to Southern Miss this year was that game against Appalachian State getting canceled, because that was a good App State team, and the rest of Southern Miss's resume is kind of all over the place. A narrow loss to Auburn last week, or not last week though, a couple weeks ago.
Before the bye.
Blew out Rice, close loss to UL Monroe. It's kind of like, okay, I really don't know. That App State game could have probably said a lot about them, but I agree. I think North Texas bounces back this week, just because I'm not totally sure what Southern Miss really is.
Yeah. I'm gonna take North Texas and lay the points. I'm gonna take North Texas minus 8.5. What's next, Max?
Okay, you do that. Let's get some main dishes. Your Baylor Bears traveling down the road to Austin to play number 9 Texas. They should not be number 9.
Number 9 Texas.
That is an overrate.
Are you?
Yeah, nah. 2:30 p.m. Saturday. Texas 14.5-point favorites.
Texas is back.
That's a perfect line. That'll make you nervous right there.
That is just a little bit too rich for me.
Yeah.
Just
a little bit.
Again,
it's just that little bit.
Again, I want to be clear. I think Texas is going to win this game because, and by the way, go on TexasFootball.com and read Shehan Jayaraj's piece about how Baylor is giving up huge chunk plays on the ground. That is a huge thing for them, and right now, the way that they're actually running the ball, that bodes well for Texas. But I will say that, the defense was not good last week against Oklahoma, and Baylor's offense is humming right now. Again, I think that Texas wins this game. I do. But I think that this game's probably decided by about 10 points instead of 14.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think this game is closer than 14 points. I'm going to take Baylor and the points. I'm going to take Baylor plus 14.5 in this one.
I'm going Texas.
Interesting.
To cover because I think Baylor's inability to stop the big play helps Texas, because Baylor gets beat over the top. As if there's one thing we've seen from the passing game this year in Texas is They might not be able to chip you down the field, but they can hit you over the top with little Jordan Humphrey and Colin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They can make those big plays happen. I think they ride the momentum of the Red River Shootout. Or the Red River Rivalry Showdown, whatever you want to call it. I think they ride that into continuation into
another one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't hate it. Again, I don't have my honest feeling on this is to stay away from it.
Sure.
But I have to make a pick because
Right.
these are the rules of this stupid segment.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Baylor and the points plus 14.5. I just feel like it's probably decided by, again, probably by double digits.
We're due for a letdown from Texas,
Bingo.
right? I just don't think it's this week. I think
Okay,
it's coming
that's fair.
against a team where it's like, oh, who's that team? Sure, whatever, and then all of a sudden they're down 14 at the first quarter. Or something
For
like
what it's worth, S&P Plus says that this is a 9.6 point game. Okay.
That might be.
Okay, we'll see. They probably won't win by 9.6.
Sure.
What's next, Max?
Can Texas cover? Yes. Should they? Yes. Can you trust them?
100% no.
No.
You are so jaded with the Longhorns.
You can't trust them. You
Okay.
can't trust
Max.
them. That's
They're back.
if they're a nut. You cannot. You
This
cannot
is
be
the back. This is the back meter.
You
They're
can't-
back.
You can't both be the number 9 team in the country and a team that can't be trusted. That's all I'm saying. They're very good. Like they're clearly got a lot of pieces.
Listen,
but
I totally agree that they are
yeah.
not the number 9 team in the state or in the nation, but they're definitely better than the number 9 team in the state. But I don't know. I think they're a top 20 team. I'll say that. What's
All right.
next?
Let's move on to the SEC. The Aggies, number 22 in the nation, by the way. Going
A&M's back.
to Columbia, South Carolina.
Aggies back.
2:30 p.m. Saturday. The Aggies, 2-point favorites on the road. Hey, people are starting to catch on. They like these Aggies.
They like these Aggies, and here's the thing, though, is that South Carolina's fine. They're fine. They're like a middle of the road SEC East
They're
team.
a Will Muschamp team.
They're a Will Muschamp
Yeah.
team.
You've got to say if the Aggies were as good as a lot of the Aggies think they are right now, they'd be much bigger favorites in this game.
I agree with that, but
Yeah.
I also think that now looking back, what Vegas is buying into more than anything is A&M at home.
Yeah.
That's a big thing they're buying into. So let's take a look at this. This is a really interesting South Carolina team in the sense that they are not good against the run defensively, but they're pretty good against the pass. They don't give up a big play on the pass. This is a big game for Travion Williams. He's got to have a big game in this one. Offensively, they're getting Jake Bentley back. I know he's been a little bit nicked up. He's their or they're going to start Jake Bentley after going to Michael Scamecchia last week against Mizzou. I don't know. This is an interesting matchup. I'm going to lean towards the Aggies on the road. I think that they can beat the 2.5 spread. I think let me take 2 in 3, 2. Vegas has something right in that I think this is a close game.
Yeah.
I think this is probably a 1-possession game, but I think the Aggies win by about a touchdown. I'm going to take A&M.
I'm gonna take A&M as well. Last week was a good win. Like that
Yes.
was really,
Oh,
I
legit
really
good
like
win.
that Kentucky team. They really did a good job against Benny Snell defensively. They beat a good team. Like that was my thing when they lost to Clemson. I was like, okay, they lost to Clemson, and that was their biggest victory of the year. But they beat a solid team.
Now,
in overtime.
the only thing I will say about this, and my hang up with A&M, they have not beaten a good. They have not. The defense has not had a great game against a good passing team.
Sure.
Kentucky cannot pass the ball. Once they stopped the run, that was over.
Yeah.
South Carolina, for the most part, now he can get a little bit loose with the ball, but they got weapons. Debo
Sure.
Samuel, Brian Edwards, they got good weapons. So
looking at the rest of A&M's schedule, they're really not facing a team that passes the ball. a lot.
yeah, I mean Auburn's
South
probably
Carolina might be that team. That,
Auburn's probably the closest thing, although
Right, that's
they're
true.
running the ball a fair bit as they usually do under Gus Malzahn. I would say, yeah, right now I'm going to take A&M -2. Yeah, I don't feel great about it. The more I talk it out. What's next, Max?
Tepper,
Uh-huh.
this show has been going for nigh on 3 years.
Yeah. 3 years next week.
3 years next week. And I want to take you back for a moment to that time.
okay.
East Carolina was coming off an 8-5 season. That's how long ago this was. One of the worst teams in college football now
Golly.
miss
was
Ruffy,
coming off an
Ruffy.
8-5
Well, he has a job
season.
again. He has a coordinator job again, so it's a good thing.
Saturday, 6 p.m. Houston travels to East Carolina where they are 16-point favorites.
They are 16-point favorites, and they're going to win by 20. And
Guys,
it's
East Carolina's
so
not
weird.
good.
East Carolina is bad, and the weird thing is, like their offense is miserable. They're really bad. They're not good at anything.
Which is shocking because Scotty, I forgot their head coach. Oh my God, is it Scotty Reynolds? No, that's a Villanova player.
East Carolina football coach is Scotty Montgomery.
Scotty Montgomery. I was getting Phil Montgomery.
Phil Montgomery.
But yeah, he was a former offensive coordinator under David Cutcliffe at Duke.
I don't get it.
The team that Johnny beat, I believe he was the coordinator of that Duke team. Like that, he's a coordinator by heart.
I do not get
and
it.
They can't move the ball.
And right now, it's going to take a team that can score. Like, basically, I feel like every team that can score is going to be problematic for Houston.
Sure.
This ain't a team that can score.
They'll be fine.
To me, if you are Houston, this is the retrenching game for your defense, where you say, we are going to suffocate this team.
Sure.
I think they take it personally. I think they go on the road, and I think they win by 20. Give me Houston minus 16.
If they don't cover, this is a problem.
I agree.
That is a problem.
I agree.
East Carolina's not good.
They're not. So, finally, Max.
Before we get there.
Yes.
You remember a second ago when we were talking about Texas?
Yeah, I remember
Did any of us say we hate Texas?
No.
No.
I said they're back.
No.
I'm always thinking it.
Yeah, right. That's what our good friend Miziel thinks. Because we did not declare them awesome, we now hate them. And because he's a good commenter, I'm going to let this one slide. I'm going to let it slide. But that's some crap.
They're back.
I think they're back.
Unbelievable.
They're probably winning 10 games.
Unbelievable, Miziel.
10 games.
That even your Liverpool love doesn't make up
I
for
think
that.
I think they're gonna win. I just don't think they're gonna cover 14.5.
I think Texas is a good football team. I just don't think they're as good as the rankings say right now. That's all.
Guys, don't be whiny college football fans.
Whiners. I don't trust Texas. That doesn't mean I hate them. Ruben Rios, you guys are babies.
I mean,
all of you. Stop whining.
It's not our fault that
golly,
Lincoln Riley had Stoops still as coordinator.
Unbelievable.
Finally, Max.
Whiny babies, all of you. 6 p.m. Saturday. Louisiana Tech taking on UTSA. UTSA, 13.5-point dogs. It hurts. Every week it hurts with UTSA.
Louisiana Tech is a team that is not as good as their record indicates.
No.
They are 3-2, but they are not very good. Here's who they have wins over. They have a win over South Alabama, who's bad, Southern, an FCS team, and North Texas, which is
that game wasn't
more and more fluky the more I look at it.
That game wasn't impressive.
It wasn't impressive. They're not very good. The defense is especially not very good. So this is an opportunity again for the UTSA offense to step up. They got to step up offensively. The other thing is that their offense is nothing to write home about. They throw the ball okay, but it's Jamar Smith, their junior quarterback. This offense is not amazing. So the defense should be able to hold them down. I think UTSA keeps this close. I don't know if they win. Maybe. I would give them about a 25% chance of winning. 1-4 shot, but sure. I think they keep this thing close enough. And I think UTSA covers the 13. I think they beat the 13.5-point spread.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
It's because I hate Louisiana Tech.
Right. I guess so, man.
I don't think so. I I wasn't impressed with Louisiana Tech. I saw the North Texas game.
I still think you're being generous, man.
UTSA can't score.
Yeah.
They can't move the ball.
Yeah. I'm with Ish.
Defensively, they might keep them under 30, but I don't think they can score
17.
14. Yeah, 14.
Okay.
As usual,
points.
love to be surprised.
Love to be surprised.
Love to be surprised.
But until they figure out that quarterback situation. And the other thing, at the beginning of the year, the quarterback was the problem. They could run the ball. Now they can't run the ball right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
okay, I'll switch it. I'm gonna take. You convinced me. I'm gonna take Louisiana Tech plus 13 or minus 13.
Oh man, we did it. We're gonna ruin free money.
There you go. So those are my picks. Texas Tech minus 7.5 at TCU. I like Georgia Southern minus 17 at Texas State. I like UAB minus a lot of road teams. I like UAB minus 16 at Rice. I like North Texas minus 8.5 at home against Southern Miss. I like Baylor plus 14.5 at Texas. I like A&M minus 2 at South Carolina. I like Houston minus 16 at East Carolina, and I like Louisiana Tech minus 13.5 at UTSA.